Ever pondered on the profoundness of the saying, never beg for a seat when you can build your own table? Read that again. A powerful affirmation, isn't it? It is an anthem for self-reliance and self-worth. It's a call to action, a reminder that we are not just mere audience members in the theatre of life, but the playwrights, the directors, the actors. You see, the essence of this affirmation lies in the power of creation. It's about stepping outside the boundaries, breaking free from the constraints of waiting for opportunities to be handed over to us. Instead, it urges us to create our own opportunities, to craft our own destiny. Just like building our own table, it's about constructing our own platform, our own stage of life, where we are the main characters, not just supporting roles. You might ask, but why build when we can just take a seat? Well, here's the thing. When you build your own table, you call the shots. You decide who sits with you, what gets served, and how the conversation flows. You're not simply tagging along, you're leading. You're not just a guest, you're the host, and that's a powerful position to be in. But let's be clear. Building your own table is not about disregarding others or being arrogant. It's about acknowledging your worth and not settling for less. It's about understanding that you too have the potential to create, to lead, to influence. It's about empowering yourself to be the best version of you. So the next time you find yourself waiting for a seat, remember this affirmation. Reflect on it. And instead of waiting, start building, start creating, start molding your own future. Take ownership of your life and make it extraordinary. And as you embark on this journey of self-reliance and self-worth, keep this in mind. You're not just a participant in this vast world, you're a creator. Peeling back the layers of this affirmation reveals a wealth of wisdom. It's a statement that's simple on the surface, but deeply impactful when you dive in. Let's break it down and explore the two distinct parts of this affirmation. Never beg for a seat and build your own table. The first part, never beg for a seat, is a call to step away from the common tendency to seek approval or validation from others. It's about understanding that you don't need to plead for a place in anyone's life, job, or institution. It's a reminder to value your worth and not to downgrade yourself to fit someone else's standards or expectations. It's a stance of self-respect and dignity, a refusal to be diminished or overlooked. Now let's take a look at the second part, build your own table. This is where the true power of this affirmation lies. Building your own table is a metaphor for taking initiative, for carving out your own path. It's about not waiting for someone to hand you an opportunity, but creating one yourself. It's about independence, creativity, and courage. Building your own table requires resourcefulness and resilience. It's about understanding that the world won't always offer you a seat, so sometimes you have to create your own. It's about being an active participant in your life, not a passive onlooker. You're not just waiting for things to happen, you're making them happen. This part of the affirmation is a call to action. It's about embracing a mentality of self-reliance and stepping up to the plate. It's about recognizing that you have the power to shape your own future, to set your own rules, to define your own success. This affirmation is a powerful reminder that you are in control of your own destiny. It's about refusing to be a bystander in your own life. It's about embracing the belief that you can create your own opportunities. It's about understanding that you don't have to settle for whatever seat someone else might offer you, because you have the power and the ability to build your own table. When you build your own table, you're not just creating a physical space, you're creating a mental and emotional space as well. A space where you set the rules, where you define what success looks like. A space where you're not limited by someone else's expectations or judgment. This affirmation is a battle cry for self-reliance and independence. It's a call to step up, to take control, to create your own opportunities. It's about understanding that you have the power to shape your own destiny. So, remember, never beg for a seat when you can build your own table. Embrace this affirmation and let it guide you on your journey of self-improvement, of self-reliance, of self-empowerment. When you build your own table, you're not subject to someone else's rules or limitations. So, what does self-reliance entail, and why does it matter? Great question. Self-reliance, at its core, is the ability to depend on oneself for the things we need and want, from our basic necessities to our loftiest aspirations. It's about having the confidence and competence to navigate the world on our own terms. Now, this doesn't mean we need to become hermits, eschewing all forms of help or collaboration. Quite the contrary. Self-reliance is the engine that drives our personal growth and self-improvement. It's the spark that lights the fire of resilience, confidence, and autonomy. It's the compass that guides us through the wilderness of life, helping us make our own decisions and stand by them. It doesn't mean we never ask for directions, but it does mean we don't let others dictate our path. Think of it as the difference between being a passenger in your own life versus being the driver. As a passenger, you're at the mercy of the driver's decisions, their speed, their route. But as a driver, you're in control. You decide the destination, the speed, the path. You're responsible for your journey, and that's empowering. Being self-reliant breeds resilience. When we know we can rely on ourselves, we're better equipped to bounce back from setbacks, to pick ourselves up after a fall. We develop a sort of inner toughness, a grit that helps us navigate life's ups and downs. It also fosters confidence. When we're self-reliant, we trust in our own abilities, our own judgment. We're not constantly second-guessing ourselves, doubting our worth. Instead, we're secure in our own value, our own potential. And finally, self-reliance promotes autonomy. It empowers us to live life on our own terms, to make our own choices, to shape our own destiny. It frees us from the constraints of dependence, allowing us to forge our own path. Self-reliance isn't about isolation. It's about understanding your worth and capacity. It's about recognizing that you have the power to build your own table, rather than begging for a seat at someone else's. The art of building your own table is not as daunting as it might seem. This isn't about carpentry or construction. Rather, it's a metaphorical challenge, a call to action. It's about carving out your own path in life, setting your own rules, and creating your own opportunities. So how do we go about it? The first step is setting clear goals. Goals are like a compass, guiding us towards our destination. Think about what you want to achieve in your life. Is it financial independence? Is it a fulfilling career? Or perhaps it's about creating a positive impact in your community. Your goals can be as vast and varied as you are. The important thing is to be clear about what you want to achieve. Next, you need to take the initiative. Now that you have your goals mapped out, it's time to take the first step. This could mean starting a new project, taking up a new course, or even changing your lifestyle. Whatever it is, remember that it's okay to start small. The key is to start. Thirdly, it's about learning new skills. In this rapidly changing world, it's crucial to keep learning and growing. Whether it's coding, public speaking, or gardening, every new skill you acquire is another tool in your toolbox. These skills not only make you more versatile and adaptable, but also open up new doors of opportunity. But here's the thing. It's not always going to be smooth sailing. There will be challenges, setbacks, and obstacles, and that's okay. In fact, it's more than okay. It's necessary, because it's through these challenges that we grow, that we learn, that we become better. So embrace these challenges with open arms. See them not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones towards your goal. And remember, every challenge you overcome brings you one step closer to building your own table. Lastly, always keep in mind that building your own table isn't a one-time event. It's an ongoing process. It's about continuously striving for self-improvement, about constantly pushing your limits. It's about never settling for less than what you're capable of. Building your own table is about empowerment. It's about taking control of your life and owning your destiny. It's about refusing to be a spectator in your own life story and choosing to be the author instead. And remember, the table you're building is uniquely yours. It will reflect your values, your aspirations, your dreams. So let it be a table that you're proud of, a table that represents the best version of you. Building your own table is an ongoing process of self-growth and empowerment, and it's a process that's well worth the effort, because at the end of the day, there's nothing quite like the satisfaction of sitting at a table you've built with your own hands, metaphorically speaking, of course. Obstacles are inevitable, but they're also surmountable. Building your own table, carving your own path, is a bold endeavor. It is a path brimming with challenges and obstacles. But let's remember, the tallest mountains harbor the most breathtaking views. The first, and perhaps the most common obstacle, is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. It is natural, it is human, but it is not a stop sign. It's a speed bump. Slow down, take a breath, then push forward. Next, we face the hurdle of self-doubt. It's easy to question our abilities, especially when the path is uncharted. But remember, the table you're building is your own. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Your progress. Then there's resistance, both internal and external. We can be our own biggest critics, and sometimes others may not understand our vision. But it's not their vision to understand. It's yours. Keep your eyes on your goal, not on the doubters. Resources can also pose a challenge. Building something from scratch often requires time, money, and effort. But don't let a lack of resources become a barrier. Be creative, be resourceful. Use what you have, and do what you can. Finally, there's the obstacle of setbacks. Mistakes and failures are inevitable. But they're not the end of the road. They're stepping stones. Learn from them, grow from them, and move forward. Throughout this journey, remember that perseverance and resilience are your allies. They're the fuel that keeps your engine running, even when the road is tough. They're the light that guides you, even when the tunnel seems dark. Your journey, your table, will be unique. It will reflect your strength, your character, your resilience. So when you encounter obstacles, don't view them as roadblocks. See them as opportunities to learn, to grow, to become stronger. Every obstacle is an opportunity for growth. And with every step, every hurdle crossed, you're not only building your table, you're building yourself. Let's revisit the wisdom encapsulated in our affirmation. We've journeyed together through the depths of a powerful affirmation, and now we find ourselves at the precipice of understanding. It's time to gather all the pieces and see the masterpiece we've created. The essence of our affirmation, "Never beg for a seat when you can build your own table," read that again, is a testament to the power of self-reliance and the initiative to create our own opportunities. In our first scene, we unleashed the power within. We dove into the depths of our souls to find that spark, that inner strength that pushes us to be more, to do more. It's there, in all of us, waiting to be harnessed and directed towards something great. This is the foundation of our affirmation, the bedrock upon which all else is built. Then we broke down the affirmation, dissecting each word, each phrase, to understand its true meaning. We discovered that begging for a seat is not just about asking for a place at someone else's table. It's about seeking validation, approval, or opportunity from others. And while there's nothing wrong with seeking help or collaboration, the problem arises when we become solely reliant on others for our success. That's where the power of self-reliance comes in. In our third scene, we delved into the importance of relying on oneself. Self-reliance doesn't mean isolating yourself or refusing help. It means taking the initiative, being proactive, and not waiting for opportunities to be handed to you. It's about creating your own path, your own destiny. Building your own table, as we explored in the fourth scene, is a metaphor for creating your own opportunities. It's about realizing that you have the power to shape your life. It's about understanding that you don't have to wait for someone to give you a chance. You can create your own chances, your own opportunities. In the fifth scene, we tackled overcoming obstacles. Every journey has its ups and downs, but it's how we handle these challenges that define us. Remember, an obstacle is not a roadblock, but a stepping stone to something greater. And here we are, at the end of our journey, but certainly not at the end of our growth. The wisdom in our affirmation is a guide, a beacon, a call to action. It's a reminder that we have the power to shape our own lives, to create our own opportunities, to build our own tables. Remember, never beg for a seat when you can build your own table. Read that again and let it sink in. Let it become your mantra, your driving force, and may it guide you towards a life of self-reliance, initiative, and boundless opportunities.